Hey everyone, hope you're having a beautiful week. I was just going to show you something really personal to myself, something that I haven't looked at in probably a little over 3 years. My mother passed 3 years ago, and it's coming up on the anniversary of her passing, um, which was January 28th. She died 10 days after my wedding anniversary. My 17th wedding anniversary is next week, and she died exactly 2 weeks before her next birthday. So I am going to show you the first Mojo bag that she ever gave me, and I have used it. I am 43 now. I have used it since I was 11 years old as a housing mojo. Um, Housing mojos are mojos that are not built for one specific purpose, say like a love mojo or a money mojo. It is a mojo where the contents change um, periodically just depending on what you are working on. So it's more of a permanent fixture. Um, think of it as just like, basically like the term implies. It's a little house, and then you change the things in the house. You're sort of changing the, let's say, for lack of a better term, the decor to change the vibration inside of the house. So right now, mine is kept right here on the top of my Lava Dama statue. This is what it looks like. Honestly, I am surprised. You can see we're starting to get like basically some dry rot because of how old this bag is. This is a batik piece of fabric, so it's a dyed piece of fabric, and it has a very specific sort of thin, cool feel to it. Um, and I have changed the contents of this out over the 30 years that I have used it. I'm going to be super delicate right now just because the material is so old and I can't replace it. So I'm just trying to very, very carefully loosen the knots. I'll be right back. Okay, well, I obviously wanted to take my time with that because I don't want to ruin this. I was not terribly close with my mother towards the end of her life. My mother suffered from mental illness and addiction my entire life. And by the time she passed away from complications from unmanaged diabetes, and by the time she was at that point, she really wasn't somebody that I knew any longer. She just, after decades and decades and decades of mental illness and addiction issues with several things, several substances, it does change your brain chemistry after a while, and you do behave differently than you once did. I, pardon me, I, sorry, I was not comfortable having my children around her in the state that she was in, and also the types of people that she was hanging around with towards the end of her life. Um, Not to say that to speak any ill, I'm just sort of giving you some background into my life. I was taught about earth energy and earth spirits at a very young age. I was developing my own magical practice and skills at an extremely young age. I would say maybe even as young as 4 or 5. I remember being with my godmother out, and we were hunting morel mushrooms, which is something that you only find in the United States in the north. You don't find them in the south; they just don't grow there. And I just remember being able to really easily find them because I could just sort of feel them or almost like hear them. It was like a vibration almost. So I was at a super young age when I was picking up on the natural vibrations of nature around me, mostly plants. I am definitely an herb witch. That is my specialization. Um, and for those of you who don't know, I have run a botanica for 25 years, 16 of those open to the public. And yeah, so that is what I do professionally. So anyway, back to the Mojo bag. I just wanted to give you like a little bit of background there. Okay, so I don't think there's going to be a whole lot in here, but we're finding out together. Okay, so I have a cowrie shell. This is very common. These were traded as currency a long, long time ago throughout the world. A lot of indigenous people traded these as currency. It's not something that is just inherent to Africa. They were found here with indigenous people in the United States. Obviously, as trade, it's going to go through, you know, large expanses of land being traded. I have a Hyjon root. That's pretty much a staple in any conjure, folk magic, hoodoo, any kind of path like that. You have your Hyjon the Conqueror root. This is really used to amplify just about anything. I have a double buckeye. These are very, very, these are very special to me. These grow here where I am at. And I obviously kept this one because it is stuck together. So these are fertility, abundance, prosperity. They're super lucky. A lot of times people will drill out a hole in them. I do this too. I sell these on my site. You drill out a hole and you'll fill them with herbs and stones like pyrite and lodestone. Sometimes even mercury. People will do that and they'll seal it up with wax as an amulet. I have a nutmeg. Again, I must have been probably working on some prosperity here the last time. This is a very old tonka bean. These are used in love mostly. They have a delicious vanilla scent. It is amazing. Oh, here's a super old lodestone. This guy, he's like, he needs to be fed. He's starving. He has hardly no filings on him. I have a the tiniest loaded alligator tooth. So you can see tiniest loaded alligator tooth. So alligator teeth are hollow. They shed them. They sort of grow in like caps and they push out the ones that are broken or the old ones, and new ones are underneath, so there's a hollow in them. So I also sell these on my site if you're interested in getting a loaded alligator's tooth. Great for good luck and gambling and all that fun stuff. I have a coyote bone. This is great for hoping for asking for wisdom and cunning in your magic, to give you an edge, to give you an advantage. A lot of times maybe to make it more stealthy. And I have this super cute little wax poppet that I obviously carved and put beads for the eyes. You can see his little arms. This is made out of a candlestick, you can tell. So this was obviously being worked on for prosperity. I can tell by the color green. So I can't even tell. It's probably been longer than 3 years that I've opened this because I honestly don't remember most of this. But anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit about myself, and I thought this would be a fun thing to do together. And yeah, if you would like a free consultation with me, you can email me at conjuredcardea@gmail.com, or you can stop by my website, shop.conjuredcardea.com. And I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed week and you enjoyed going through my very old Mojo bag.